This week on Inside Richmond Hill Football, we'll get caught up on how last week's game against Grovetown went. Then we'll see who our chosen athletes of the week are. And later, we'll find out why we have a bye week this week. All that and more to come on Inside Richmond Hill Football. And welcome to this week's edition of Inside Richmond Hill Football with Coach Lazat. I'm your host, Chandler Ospina, and this is this week's edition. Coach, what's going on?
Going great, man. Going great. Feel good after a win like that.
Oh, dude, we blew them out of the water, man. That was such a good game on both offense and defense. Tell us a little bit about it.
I tell you, we were explosive on both sides of the ball. Defense was getting off the ball. We were very difficult to block. Our offense was clicking on all cylinders. We spread the ball out. We executed our game plan, attacked them exactly where we thought we were going to, and it paid off in the end. It
did pay off in the end. Tell us about how last year's game compared to this year's game played out.
Well, I'll tell you, it all leads back into the preparation leading up to the season. Grovetown, we mentioned last week that they were a region champ, very good, high-quality team. Some folks probably came away from that game not thinking that, but I beg to differ. I think we're just that improved because of the attention to detail that we've put in this offseason. I'm excited for our guys to have that success. Kind of justifies the work that they put in. But we started getting after it, and I know I talk about it a lot, but we've gone so hard for so long preparing these guys that even when they saw adversity in the game, they just resorted back to their training. And they saw the benefits of that.
Man, they did. Coach, tell us about some of your favorite plays on the field that you saw this week.
I tell you, every play that ended up with them in second or third and long was fantastic for me. You know, I love it looking when we play teams and they got to play from behind the sticks. When we say sticks, we're talking about the chains, the down, the 10-yard markers. So anytime they get behind the sticks, is great for us. It allows us to pin our ears back a little bit, go get the football, and our guys really thrive on that. And then offensively, running the football. I told you last week, I said we want to run the football, and I think you saw that, especially the opening play in the second half when Jalen Rouse hit it, split the safeties. That's a special play. That's a special play that takes 11 guys doing their job, and we had that. We had that multiple times on Friday night. It's just exciting to be a part of.
Man, it really was such an exciting game, especially with our fan section coming out for the first game. But from your point of view on the field, what did the fan section look like?
Well, when my hair seems to be blowing forward because of the sound and the noise and the hollering, it's great. You can feel it, like
goosebumps.
Those are for real. That's real live goosebumps right there, and it's not because it's cold in here. So. I think about the fans. I think about the cheerleaders. I think about the band, the ground shaking. When we were getting close and they're feeling it. When we had them backed up, man, I mean it's just shaking, and it's the ambiance of a championship environment. And we did our part in doing it on the field.
We did. That's right. All right, catch us after the break, and we'll talk more about this week's athlete of the week.
Shop, get my cold brew organic dark roast, click, Cinnabon creamer, click, and my Build the Hill bagel.
And welcome back to this week's segment of our Athletes of the Week. This week's Academic of the Week is Cameron Sardinez. Coach, Tell us a little bit more about why he was chosen.
I'll tell you, I received an email from a teacher, and teachers, please don't forget to nominate players weekly. Okay, we're trying to build it up, but we want to know things that they're doing weekly. But got an email from a teacher talking about his meticulous preparation, his selfless contribution to the classroom, him showing up prepared for class every day, and the biggest portion of that was his willingness to help other classmates get better, and that's big. You know, when we're trying to set a standard, Cameron actually did that.
Let's see.
Cameron Sardinez was recognized for his outstanding work in school this week while also balancing his football schedule. After being chosen, we were given the opportunity to ask him a few questions on how he feels on receiving this award this week.
It feels pretty good. I've never won an award like that before, so getting that just makes me feel good. So it was pretty cool.
We were curious as to how last year's performance compared to this year's affected him during his school hours.
I really try to focus in my classes a lot more this year than I have before. I really want to try to get all A's. So if I were to achieve that, that'd be awesome.
While his teachers have noticed his work ethic, we also wanted to know what he thinks he has done to deserve this.
Well, if somebody really wants to try in school to get the best grades they want, I'd say just try as hard as you can, focus when you need to, and realize that school really is important if you want to go to college.
This has been Jaquan Frazier, and back to you.
And this week's weightlifter of the week is Bodie Trooks. Coach?
I tell you, Bodie, he's got a switch. When he flips it, it's a little dangerous, and he does it every single day. Come in the mornings, and you know he's nice and calm, and sometimes he's laying down over there trying to get a few extra minutes of rest, and then when the whistle hits, the buzzer goes off, it's game on, and he really sets the tone, uplifts those guys around him, and he's seen the fruits of his labor.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Let's see.
Inspiring ambitions with dreams, Bodie Trooks wants to be ahead of the game when it comes to football and push others in the gym and on the field. Houston Texans defensive end J.J. Watt is what inspired Bodie to start playing football and work out.
I think they translate really well. Pretty much any kind of work you do in the weight room will translate really well to being on the field, because it will just build your physical endurance, strength, and it'll just help all around in general.
Practicing puts stress on your body with a healthy diet and enough recovery, you'll see the effects weight training does to you on the field. Bodie wants to take the opportunity to get a scholarship of football, and along that ride, he wants to get a 500-pound squat and a 350-pound bench.
Leadership experience and experience around working with other people and a bunch of people working towards the same common goal. And I think for weight training, it'll just help you break through that mental block of trying to get through like the hardships and just trying to push yourself that extra little percent.
Making his goals bigger and improving himself, Bodie was chosen Weightlifter of the Week. This has been Barrett Jenkins reporting for Coach's Show.
And this week's Scout Team of the Week is Charlie Tuttle. Coach, tell us a little bit about him.
Charlie does everything that you ask, and you don't have to ask him more than once. And when we played against a team that's really tough running team, and we need a good look, and we need to hit him a specific hole, you just tell him, and he goes. And the thing that stood out with him amongst the coaches this week was he was dying out at practice, and we had to pull him out because he did not want to give anybody else reps. He wanted to do it himself, and you know, he's selfless contribution to the team, trying to prepare those guys for Friday night. And you saw how good of a job he did, and he needed to be recognized.
Definitely. Let's see.
Charlie is a junior running back for our Richmond Hill Wildcats. Recently, Charlie was named Scout Team Player of the Week by the coaching staff. Offensive Scout Team players consist of players giving the starting defense a glimpse into what they may see during the game to help with.
Increasing my abilities, skills, stuff like that.
And in order to prepare them for different scenarios, Charlie has improved his play in just about every way and continues to practice hard.
I just want to get better, get out, start on the field.
Congratulations to this week's Scout Team Player of the Week, Charlie Tuttle. This has been Thomas Petrino reporting for Inside Richmond Hill Football.
And teachers, please be sure to send your emails to Coach Matt Lizotte for your nominations of our weekly athletes. We'll catch y'all after the break.
Trap, money, penny. This shit got me in my...
Gotta be kidding me, Aiden. My goodness, take these things out of here. Give me that. You take a seat right over there.
So why can't I have them on campus?
Because it's a safety hazard, Aiden. and I need you totally focused.
All right, thank you.
All right, no problem, but I'm still keeping your headphones.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside.
Hey. Good, how are you? Good. What can I get for you?
Can we get a Sprite, a Coke, and a Wildcat?
Time to eat, boys.
And now let's take a look at our student athlete performance of the week.
Katie Snyder is a senior on the varsity softball team, and her academic and athletic performances are outstanding. She maintains us through a well-balanced schedule.
Whenever I'm at school, I make the most out of my time. So whenever I'm busy with softball, I don't have to worry about all my schoolwork later.
She will always tell her teachers that she'll be either ahead or behind in class.
My freshman year, I played softball just like I did now, and I work just about as hard as I still do. Probably the biggest change is I've gotten stronger. I've thrown the ball harder. I can hit the ball harder, and that's about it. Freshman year, I started in the outfield. My sophomore year, I was also in the outfield, and then my junior year, I was at third base, and now I am playing shortstop. My freshman year, I played outfield, and my sophomore year, I played outfield. I also used to pitch during my freshman and sophomore year, and then my junior year, I played third base, and then this year, I'm playing shortstop.
I'm Joe Clark. Back to you.
Hello? I'm sorry, ma'am. Your son's been in an accident.
Yeah. Brassy girls everywhere. Hands in the air. Somebody over here. Shaking for the man of the year. Man of the year. Man of the bounce. Brassy girls everywhere. Hands in the air. Somebody over here. Shaking for the man of the year.
Yeah, every day we live. Yeah, you can't tell me. Yeah, remember I was broke. Yeah, now I'm getting rich. Yeah.
Hey, Coach, tell me about a bye week. That's what we're about to go into where we miss a game. So just talk a little bit about that.
Well, throughout the season, we're only allowed to play 10 games. And so we have a certain amount of period time frame to play those 10 games. And we like to play games early. And so with that being said, we had a bye week. We have one the second to last week of the season. And so the way that our schedule works out, a lot of times we don't dictate it. Sometimes the region schedule dictates when our bye week is. But what it is it's just an off week that allows us to prepare, allows us to make adjustments. Most teams are allotted 1 to 2 of those a season. And we try to take advantage of it by getting our guys reps, getting our guys prepared to go. We've got a B team and a C team game this week. And so we're really excited about getting those guys plenty of reps in those games and match up those quarters of play. But the big thing with the bye week is allows us to get rest, get everything recalculated, recalibrated to make sure that we're going to play 8 games straight before the next bye week. And so we've got to be prepared. We've got to get back to the basics of our skills and really hone them in when we start preparing for Wayne County next week.
That's right. So this week we will not be on the field, but next week we will be in the Richmond Hill Stadium. So we'll catch y'all next week on Inside Richmond Hill Football. I'm Chandler Ospina, and this has been Coach Lazat.
Build the hill, baby.